Welcome in to another Knicks Nation live stream, postgame edition. The New York Knicks lose to the Chicago Bulls 108 to 100. It's not like I didn't want to come on here after a loss. I really didn't. But look, this was a tough game off of back-to-back, but still, this is one of those teams where you got to get it done. You got to get it done, and the Knicks just didn't get it done. Bulls had some guys on their team. I think Javonte Green had a career game for the Chicago Bulls on their side. He played a great game for them. We just couldn't rebound in the end. You know, we just got out-rebounded there, out-hustled pretty much from start to finish. And look, it stinks considering I just tweeted out the standings on the Knicks Nation X page. It is close. It is extremely close. The New York Knicks are 2 games from the play-in and 2 games from the 2 seed. This is why this game meant so much. You know, we still got 2 more games for Chicago, but this game was tough, man. And then we'll talk about the Josh Hart ejection. Got a poll in the chat. I personally don't think Josh Hart should have got ejected, but they ruled it a flagrant 2 foul. So right off the bat, it put the Knicks in a precarious situation. I mean, Josh Hart, obviously we know what he brings to this team, and did that warrant a flagrant 2 foul, in my opinion? No, it didn't warrant a flagrant 2 foul. He shouldn't have gotten ejected, in my opinion, and it kind of set the Knicks back early on. But Deuce stepped up, man. Deuce McBride stepped up in place of Josh Hart, and OG Anunoby's return tonight. OG Anunoby looked good. I thought in the first half he looked, kind of rusty as expected, but I really thought in that third quarter where the Knicks made their run, they made their little run, and OG Anunoby came back tonight, and he looked good. If we can get that, then sign me up. But Precious Achiuwa, bad game. Out of Precious Achiuwa, just a bad game. S550, what's going on? Why is it always like this? We had one of the best records against sub 500 teams. Tell me about it, man. We have one of the best records against sub 500 teams coming into tonight. The Chicago Bulls are the number 9 seed in the Eastern Conference, I believe. So it just makes this loss even. It just makes it sting even more. You're fighting for a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, and look, I can go through the excuses back to back. With travel, Chicago's been resting here for a few days. Don't want to really get into the excuses, but it was always going to be tough heading into this game. And I knew it. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy win, and it wasn't. I mean, we lost. So, look, we got another one Sunday. The Bucks are reeling right now. The Bucks are absolutely reeling right now. So, it's extremely close here. I'll pull up the standings in a second, but it's extremely close. S550 says, as soon as I saw Foster's name, I knew we were screwed. Josh Hart's going for a layup, and then he kind of lands awkwardly, and then his foot kind of comes down on, I forgot his name, but his foot kind of comes down on his head, and they review it. They take a while to review it, right? It took them quite a while to review this. So they review it, and they rule it a flagrant 2 on Josh Hart. Maybe they thought Josh Hart did it on purpose, but that's not in Josh Hart's character to do that. That's not Josh Hart's game. Josh Hart isn't Draymond Green out here. And I've seen way worse from Draymond Green. I've seen way worse done to Knicks players and not warrant an ejection. So that ejection right off the bat, it kind of set. I mean, we were down at that point, but it kind of like, look, we came back, cut it down to 5, but that ejection wasn't warranted. That ejection was complete BS, to say the least. So yeah, I mean, look, Hart came out, McBride balled out like he's been doing these past couple of months. Deuce McBride with a great game. Yeah, man, and let me just pull up the standings really quick so I can share my screen with you guys. Let's look at the box score before we take a look at the standings. Talk about this game a little bit because it's frustrating, man. Frustrating loss for this team. And these are the games you got to win, right? Coming off of a great emotional win after the Julius Randle news. Great emotional win for the Knicks. OG Anunoby coming back. Was hyped for this one, and unfortunately, we just couldn't pull through. Anunoby, 29 minutes in his return, 12 points, 2 steals. Looked good on the defensive end. I thought he had a couple of good steals. Just typical OG Anunoby stuff, right? The Knicks were limiting his minutes, but I thought 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Looked good. Finished the game. That's all that matters at this point. Isaiah Hartenstein, 30 minutes, 7 rebounds, 10 points. We got out-rebounded tonight. 38 rebounds for the Knicks. And Chicago had 57. I mean, 38 rebounds for the Knicks. And Chicago had 19 more rebounds than the Knicks. And they had 10 more offensive rebounds than the Knicks. That's your game. That's your ball game right there. It's going to be tough. 10 more opportunities. Chicago pretty much beat the Knicks at their own game tonight. 10 more offensive rebounds than the Knicks. 27 assists, 11 steals for Chicago. And they had some ballers tonight, man. That Javonte Green kid. I was like, it always seems like the Knicks always have that one guy going up against us, right? That one guy, I think he signed on a 2-way contract. That one guy who's just, he's a good player, but Javonte Green, where is he? I can't even see. 33 minutes, 10 of 14 from the field, 25 points for Javonte Green. And Dosunmu, 39 minutes, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Credit to the Bulls, man. They didn't lay down. Knicks, Bogdanovich turned back into a pumpkin. Defensively, he was bad. Mitch, only 11 minutes coming off a back-to-back. McBride, an absolutely incredible game, 19, 7, and 2. 38 minutes from McBride. And Brunson would have absolutely I thought Brunson was, in the beginning of this game, I thought it was too much ISO for Jalen Brunson. I thought he was trying to put the team on his back. I thought it was a little bit too much from Jalen Brunson. It seemed like he was trying to take that Alex Caruso matchup, not personally, but he was trying to beat him, and he did beat him ultimately. But I thought the ball movement in that first half was the ball didn't move. We were stagnant, and you're not going to win too many games like that. Brunson with 28 field goal attempts, 8 of 10 from the line, 1 of 5 from 3, 11 assists. But that first half was really set the Knicks back, and then once you, that's what makes the Kings game yesterday so big, because the Knicks got down by 21, and we thought it was the same script tonight. But unfortunately, once you exert all that energy just to get back into the game, it's tough, especially when tonight you didn't really have any contributions from your bench, and especially when tonight you're shorthanded with Josh Hart going down in that first half with the BS ejection. So, yeah. So that's, and then Alec Burks with another stinker. I mean, I'm convinced when Alec Burks I'm convinced that Burks is going to be out this rotation, because his fall off is truly remarkable. It's truly remarkable. It's crazy. I mean, this is a real box score from Alec Burks. Hold on, let me see if you guys can. Real box score. 0 points tonight. 0 points tonight. 0 points for Sacramento. 0 points at Miami. 3 straight games where Alec Burks has scored 0 points, 0 points, and 0 points. 3 straight stinkers. 3 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. He's not going to be in the rotation when I don't think he was going to play tonight if Hart didn't get ejected. And it's crazy to fall off. It's absolutely crazy, the fall off that Burks has had. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if he's dealing with some personal stuff, but it's insane. And with Hart, I thought, with Deuce being relegated back to the bench and OG Anunoby back, Burks wasn't going to play. But he got in there due to the Hart ejection. And that I didn't agree with. If anything, flagrant one, if anything, right? He kicked him in the head. I get that. I don't want to get too crazy here. Kicked him in the head. But it wasn't intentional, in my opinion. I thought it wasn't intentional. So Josh Hart shouldn't have gotten ejected for that. Like, that doesn't warrant an ejection for that. But look, either way, you still should have won this game. Still got stinkers out of Precious, Bogdanovich tonight, stinker, and defense and rebounding at the end. Got cooked on the glass tonight. Out rebounded by 19. 10 more offensive rebounds for the Chicago Bulls. So it stinks. S550 says, always have an average player having a career night against us and never fails. So frustrating. Yeah. I know, man. Always, right? Nostalgic Knicks always playing from behind. It seems like that, right? It seems like this. I mean, especially these last 6 games, right? The Knicks have always been trying to climb the hill. And they did it last game, but tonight they exerted a lot of energy trying to come back and came back. And unfortunately, the Bulls just kept hitting daggers after dagger. Vucevic hit a dagger 3, and Javonte Green, a career game. But look at the East, guys. Look at the East right now. Bucks lost. They have lost 3 in a row. This Eastern Conference is crazy. Cleveland is on a tough West Coast trip. Orlando lost to the Hornets tonight. That kind of makes me feel better. Indiana won. So now you have Indiana a game and a half behind you. Knicks lost. Heat won. So the Knicks are 2 games from the play-in tournament, and they're 2 games from to go to the 2 seed. These next 5 games are I mean, this makes this game on Sunday versus the Bucks. I mean, how can you not say it's not a big game? How could you not say that? Because with this loss tonight, it's still play-in tournament is still a possibility, and that kind of scares me a little bit. This is why I wanted these wins against these below 500 teams. This is why you need to win these games. And we still have 2 more versus Chicago, so hopefully we can get both of them because we need both of them. But this is what makes this game stink. I mean, you're 2 games from the play-in and 2 games. You're really 3 games from the 2 seed because Milwaukee owns that tiebreaker, right? So you're still 4 and 5 is still Orlando and the Knicks. So it is what it is, man. Tough back-to-back for the Knicks and stinker. S550 says, now we got the Bucks on Sunday. We needed this Bulls game because it's getting dangerous. Yeah, man, it's getting scary out there. It's getting dangerous. But I still do think the Knicks will finish 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just win these next 2 against Chicago. Milwaukee, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, right? Milwaukee, I mean, I know they're reeling right now, but it's still without – that's another thing we have to watch. Are they going to be with Giannis or are they going to be without Giannis? He was out today. And then we got Boston again, but I don't think they're playing for anything, but they're still a tough team. So, look, tonight stunk, but I didn't agree with the Josh Hart ejection. What's the poll? 11 votes. Josh Hart deserved to be ejected. Yes is at 18%. No is at 82%. I don't think he deserved to be ejected. I thought it was a tough call. Kicked him in the head. Flagrant 1, move on. Right? Flagrant 1, you move on. That's it. But fortunately, the refs didn't see it that way, and now the Knicks are in the 5th seed still. And with 2 games, I mean, Miami's on their tail and Indiana's on their tail. So these next 5 games, it's moving day, man. These next 5 games are going to be extremely telling, right? I'm trying to refresh Twitter to see if we have any updates. But all in all, okay, so this is from Tom Thibodeau on the Josh Hart ejection. Let me just share my screen again. So Tom Thibodeau said the refs told him, quote, they had to do it, end quote, regarding the Josh Hart ejection. Said officials told him they thought the kick was intentional. They had to do it. So they said they had to do it because they thought the kick was intentional. That kick didn't look intentional to me. Like, Josh Hart isn't the one to intentionally kick someone in the head when his foot is coming down, and unfortunately his head was there. I get it. Like, if you're a Bulls fan, Uh, even I tweeted it in. I had a bunch of people saying, "How was this an ejection?" But the refs thought it was intentional. Me personally, no way. That's not Josh Hart, man. I can imagine if we had if Josh Hart has a reputation like a Draymond, then I understand, right? Then I understand if Josh Hart is like out here choking people and punching people and this happened, yeah. But call a flagrant one and move on. Call a flagrant one and move on. So that stinks. That's the explanation from the NBA referees, and it is what it is regarding that. S550 says if we get the 4 to 5, I'm going to be in Orlando rooting for the squad. I will be there too, S550. So maybe we can meet up. I'll be there in Orlando too. I'll try to go one of the games too. I'll travel with the Knicks, and that'll be. Look, I think the Knicks, if we get matched up against the Magic, I think we can beat them. But hey, losses like this kind of humble you, right? Losses like tonight kind of like, come on, like the Bulls, and they're not gonna have Javonte Green have career games, and even Kobe White he hurt his ankle, got ruled out. DeRozan, I think I was kind of in check tonight, but tough back-to-back on the road. Anytime you're on the road, traveling back-to-back is tough. Nostalgic says OG wants to be paid, but isn't a dependable scorer even before this injury. Before the injury, Nostalgic, OG was starting to get in the flow of things, if you don't remember. He was starting to, create his own shot, knock down his threes. He was starting to get extremely comfortable. Now the Knicks are, 15-3 with OG Anunoby. So he was starting to get comfortable. It's just that the elbow injury, he was in and out the lineup. And look, man, he's not Mr. Durable, but it's good to have him back. I thought we saw good things out of Anunoby tonight. And it's just good to have that guy in the lineup. It is. He does a lot. He does a lot for the Knicks that sometimes sometimes don't show up in the box score. That's what OG Anunoby does. Yes, that's 550. Yes. All right. Quick little post game, man. This one stunk. Knicks lose to the Bulls 108-100. Brunson with 35 and 11. We got another one on Sunday. Got to get it done. 5 games remaining. No excuses, man. 2 games from the play-in, 2 games from the 2 seed. And no excuses. Got to get it done on Sunday. But quick little post game. Josh Hart didn't deserve to be ejected. And at the end of the day, it's still let's go Knicks. I still think we could wrap up a top 6 seed, but it's getting close. It's getting dicey out there, man. It's getting extremely dicey. So we'll see what happens. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Smash the subscribe button. As always, it's Let's Go Knicks. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.